The time has come for America to hear the truth about this tragic war.
Sanchez, you okay? I assume I'm here for this.
War, it's an ugly thing. It keeps happening too. War is still the same. Capitalism for the rich feeds on it. We know who's to blame and who suffers from it. Only a small inside group knows what the war really is and where the money really goes. It is conducted for the benefit of the very few at the expense of the very many. If only we knew more about this vicious scandal we call war. World War I was conducted under false pretenses. America built a lie to dull its citizens' senses. 4 million soldiers entered into the war to end all wars. But out of that war, a few made huge scores. 20 years later, those few were ready to stuff their pockets with more. See those few who wrung dollars out of the blood in the war? Give it to the general public to show the bill. What is this bill? Newly placed gravestones, mangled bodies, shattered minds, broken hearts and homes. Economic instability, depression, and all its attendant miseries, backbreaking taxation for generations and generations. And for all wars, the people are still paying. How many of these war millionaires shouldered a gun? One of them? Probably not. How many of them dug a trench and how many have been shot? How many of them spent sleepless, frightened nights stuck in trails, bullets, bombings, grenades, and shrapnel? How many of them were wounded or killed in battle? Hundreds of millions have died from these wars, of course. For this loss, stocks and corporate high gloss, there would be a compensated profit, not loss. Millions and billions of dollars would be piled up, a few would get paid. Munition makers, bankers, shipbuilders, manufacturers, meat packers, speculators, all banking. Profits for the companies at peacetime were anywhere from 6 to 12%. Corporations knew they make bank off of war. Guess who runs the government? Wartime profits increase anywhere from 200 to over 2,000%. More than Rockefeller, DuPont's, Harriman. They put on the back burner the national fiscal plan. Millionaires became billionaires. For net loss of soldiers, they didn't care. Uncle Sam paid for boats that didn't float, shoes that couldn't be used, wrenches that had no bolts, and other things they didn't use. Perpetrators still pocketed the profit, though Woodrow Wilson was re-elected prez. He said he'd keep us out of war and provide further promise. Yeah, 5 months later he asked Congress to mess up the harmony, declare war on Germany. Media turned its wheels to make Germans out to be the enemy. Young men who put on uniforms marched and sailed away. They would never ask whether they wanted to go suffer and die. I don't know why, but we forget our forefather George telling us to stay away. I can only get optimistic if capital could permit the taking away of war profit. Till the people who do the suffering and still pay the price make up their minds to get out of the slice, elect to office one who shall do the people's bidding, not those sending others to war for pocket digging, like Bush waging war and making deals, earning a million people's living. I see democracy thinning, fascism reinstated, which believes neither in the possibility nor the utility of perpetual peace. Still today we say what others should do, as our own sense of ethics are duped, instead of concerning ourselves with one another. We bomb foreigners and then say democracy is what's good for you, brother. Who are the true fascists today? I can say I know who, and ain't shit changed with this armament name. Geneva Conventions meeting were nullified and canceled, shook off the public heat. Generals needed battalions to command and admirals of fleets. No foe would go to disarm it. Scientists know where the money goes. Is it alarming? You've seen the Evil Scientist movies and what they're about, so check out the Union of Concerned Scientists website to find out. Bush negotiates the use of nuclear weapons, nuclear, while trying to get others to back down and make World War III happen.
It's messed up we sink bombs over Baghdad when bombs have killed over a million, not from
impact. With depleted uranium in the bombs, cause cancer in Iraqis and our own. Now that's a fact. If you need to know more, please read books from people like Smith, Lee, Butler, and Noam Chomsky. You can tell I'm spitting truth by looking in my iris. Look up how close we came to nuclear war with Russia and the Cuban Missile Crisis. All you gotta do is read and dig up some political history. We can easily see through the patriotic, nationalistic bullshit that many governments feed. Just